right, welcome to episode 6. How's it going, Mike?
Good. How's it going with you, JD?
Hey, living a dream, man. Living a dream. So, let's start today with breaking news. Today being Tuesday, we have Big Cass just got dropped from the roster.
Yes.
He's done. So expect him in TNA, or is it TNA now, or is it Impact? What's it called?
It's Impact.
Impact.
Which that could work out for his benefit.
That works out for like a lot of these guys because look at Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre was not nearly what he is now.
Yep. Some of these guys.
Go away for a couple years, develop your character more,
Yes.
develop your body more. I think Cass needs to add some more muscle. He's 7 foot, but he looks like he's 110 pounds. He has no muscle.
Yeah,
on him. He needs to add some muscle.
Yeah. Look at how McIntyre came back just ripped.
Exactly. He
And,
needs to add about 30 to 40 pounds of muscle.
Yeah, and just work on his personality too.
Yeah.
He's horrible on the mic. His face expressions are laughable. So yeah, I think that's great for a lot of these wrestlers that don't make the main roster, or like look at Juice Robinson. He was in NXT and then went to New Japan, and he's awesome there now. So a lot of these guys just need to go and reinvent themselves and then come back and make it big.
Yeah.
We don't have the luxury of having territories like we used to, and as many indies where you can develop your skills. Now with this farm of NXT, they just crap out wrestlers, and then half of them are crap. So
Look at EC3.
yeah, not a fan of him.
No. See, I think he's a very good heel. I think
He's a good heel. I like his.
he's got a good body to him.
Yeah.
Got a good personality. See, I like him.
I'm not a fan of his face, and I think he overtans. I'm not a fan of him. He's like John Cena's twin brother. So yeah, that's. I wasn't a big Cass fan, so that I'm not too shook up about it.
Neither was I.
I think he's got potential.
I think he's got a lot of potential.
With a guy, what is he, 6'8"-ish? He's close to 7 feet tall. So a guy that big, and if you love the business, then develop your skills and come back in a couple years when you're ready to just be a monster.
Yeah.
That's a guy that big just can't come in and pick on the little Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
And or have it worked when Enzo was with him because he had a mouthpiece.
Well,
and
I said it so many times. They should have brought those two up to the main roster. Enzo should have been Cass's manager.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been wrestling and then split him up. That was dumb, because as soon as you split him up, you just ruined Cass.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's our breaking news. That's our first breaking news.
Oh.
So that's pretty cool. Let's jump into some Money in the Bank results. What do you think of it?
I thought it was a good show. It could have been a little bit better. Mm-hmm. The Alexa Bliss winning the Money in the Bank.
And cashing in 2 hours later.
Cashing in 2 hours later. At first, I was like, the Money in the Bank is supposed to be for newer talent, give a newer person a push. Mm-hmm. But what they did with Bliss on Monday, we're going to get to that in a little bit. I'm kind of excited now what they did.
I think whoever has this storyline developing, whoever's writing this, is doing it perfect. They know what the end game is, and that's to put Rousey over. You can't put Rousey over with Nia Jax.
Yeah.
So you got to have the number 1 heel and probably the number 2 women's wrestler.
And I didn't even think about that Sunday. I'm like, because I just assume that the Money in the Bank usually goes to a newer talent to like give them a push.
Yeah, that's usually their push. But it looked like a Baron Corbin. He cashed in last year, and he's still stinking it up week after week. So yeah, Strowman winning. I called that. I don't know if I said it on the show last week, but
I called it like a couple weeks ago.
No, I called it before you.
I called it.
So yeah, I'm glad to see that. Now he's a monster in the bank. Yeah. What? You just did timeout.
technical foul.
What is it? What?
You insulted them.
No, I did not. We're just goofing.
We're just goofing. You think that's insults? Wow.
Keep it going, guys. Time is money. All right, so where were we? Strowman. I like Strowman with the briefcase. That's going to be interesting to see when he's going to use it. You know, if he's going to have to.
Please don't have him come out after somebody's broken down, and you know, Strowman doesn't need to do that.
No, I would like to see him be the very first one to say, I'm using my briefcase to call you out at SummerSlam on this day, be there. You know, not do a run-in at the end of a match. I think he's going to do it differently than others because he can.
And he doesn't need to do that other stuff.
Yeah. It's
the whole doing it in the middle of a match or at the end of the match when the champion has been beat down. I don't understand that. They play that out so much.
It works if a heel has it because heels do dirty stuff, you know, like look at Miz and I guess even with Seth Rollins when he cashed his in, that was dirty. I think it was dirty, but that works for a heel.
Yeah.
But with Strowman being a face carrying that briefcase, he can't do it dirty. He's got to do it legit. So, yeah, that was cool. I was glad to see Lashley take out Sami Zayn.
I was shocked. I thought
broke that little pecker in half. I can't stand him. I hate that.
The only thing with Lashley is, what is his actual finishing move?
I don't know.
Just the suplex.
He did 3. It was like a modified, like a torture rack almost.
Yeah.
Dropped him, picked him up, and then what was it? Was it the
suplex that he
calls a vertigo suplex, where he holds him up to mess up his blood cycles.
He should have a better finishing move than a suplex.
Something a little more dominating.
Yeah.
It looks a little bit like a jackhammer-ish. How he holds him up.
Yeah.
But yeah, he needs something. But I like where they're going with him and Roman now. I think they're gonna have a feud. We'll see where that goes.
Yeah. That could be a good match. I'd like to see them have.
Yeah,
a match.
if they do it right. So what else happened at Money in the Bank? Rousey. She looked pretty good.
I am still very, very impressed with her.
Yeah.
I know some fans on the internet weren't, but it's her first singles match, her second total match. She's impressive for how little she has been in the ring.
Yeah. You can see there's a little slop there. She needs to be more confident in herself and not overact. I noticed a lot of her mannerisms. She's really forcing. So if she just needs, yeah, oh yeah, I'm totally impressed. I'm totally on board. I'm making Rousey 316 t-shirts.
She's my favorite wrestler on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah,
and I don't think I've ever said that about a female wrestler. But she's my favorite wrestler on Raw.
Yeah, actually, let's go to our Raw recap, and that was actually an exciting Raw. Having Rousey take out Angle and getting suspended.
That's the way they needed to book her all along. Don't have her come out all smiling and giggly like she did that her first time out, her debut on Raw. That's what she did last night. That's how she should be.
That was almost perfect.
Badass, a female Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Yeah, if she had just a little more anger in her and a little more just turn the destruction button up to 11 and it would be perfect. You'd have I'm looking at her as like a tweener, like a Stone Cold.
Yeah.
She's a face, but she's taken out authority. And
I like that interview that Renee Young did as Ronda was walking out, and she just said something about tell Alexa in 30 days I'm gonna beat that pink-haired bitch up or something like that.
I missed that. I must must have been a bad.
It was kind of a non-PG thing to say, and I kind of liked it.
I love when they toe the line a little bit, get some ratings. Ratings have been so poor for Raw. So it's nice to have something exciting now. You know, if it's gone for 30 days, that's gonna suck, but it's gonna
build her up though.
build her up. So I like it. And what else? We had Rollins dropping a belt to Dolph Ziggler, which
You know what I think is, and you know what I think that sets up. Drew McIntyre helped Dolph.
Yeah.
I think that sets up Ambrose coming back to help Rollins.
I really thought, yeah. I don't like Ambrose,
Because he's
but I
been
can see
out
that.
since October, November, so it's
Yeah, what was it? What did he even hurt?
tore his tricep.
Oh, I didn't even know he had triceps, that little bastard. Yeah, not an Ambrose fan, but I could see that, those two. Or I would love to see Dolph and McIntyre turn on each other. I would love to see.
I think that's eventually going to happen.
Yeah.
I think it might be a little too soon for that, but
I know, but I
think
don't like Dolph.
I don't
want
like
him
him
to get
either.
ripped in half. I got my Sami Zayn torn in half. You know, it's like Christmas on Sunday night. So
My feeling on Rollins dropping the title, if they were going to have Rollins drop the title,
why not against Elias?
have him drop it to Elias.
Thank you. I was thinking the same
Nobody
thing last night.
cares about Dolph Ziggler. Nobody has cared about Dolph Ziggler in 3 years.
Yeah.
Why drop it to Dolph Ziggler?
No.
That doesn't make any bit of sense.
You could have dropped it to Elias and then had someone help him and then have your Ambrose Seth Rollins. Nobody cares about. I just don't see Dolph and McIntyre as a tag team.
No.
They don't need to be. They just need to push McIntyre into singles, get him ready for
I think
heavyweight championships.
I've said it before. Drew McIntyre and Strowman would be a good match. Drew McIntyre and Roman would be a good
Yep.
match.
Even would.
Drew McIntyre and Lashley would be a good match.
Yep, I would. Yeah, I would not mind McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal match.
You know how I feel about Jinder
I
Mahal.
know you do, but he's not as bad as you think. I don't get it. Okay, so yeah, what else we got? Reigns and Lashley, they're building up something there. Probably a SummerSlam match. I'm not that excited about it. I like them both, but what are they gonna do? They're both on paper they're face. So where are they gonna go with that?
Unless they turn Lashley.
Yeah, that would be nice because Lashley as a heel is beautiful. I love that. So, but how is he going to get there? What is he going to do to turn heel?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's just
Well,
hopefully.
I keep hearing rumors on the internet. I know you shouldn't believe everything on the internet, but I keep hearing rumors about Brock going to UFC after SummerSlam.
So dropping the belt to hopefully Strowman at SummerSlam, right?
And if Brock leaves, there's no place for Heyman. So Heyman could manage Lashley. You go from one UFC badass to another.
Yeah. Good stuff. Where'd you get this again? Let's do a name drop here quick. Door County
I got that at
Quencher.
Feltz Family, the Feltz Family Farm.
Yeah, keep those coming. I like them. Delicious. So, that actually, I thought we were going to go over like an hour today, but we've got breaking news taken care of. Money in the Bank, Raw. Anything else you want to do with Raw?
Not really. The main event.
Yeah, that was stinky.
Yeah.
I don't like Corbin. Why they're pushing him as, what'd they call him, a constable?
I didn't even think he was wrestling anymore. When they said he was wrestling, I'm like, I thought he was
I figured he
helping
was.
Kurt Angle. So
Yeah, I figured he was hurt and babysitting
yeah.
Raw. So
When they said he was wrestling, I'm like, okay.
I don't know.
And then you just have Strowman win Money in the Bank, and then a day later, you have him on a tag team that lost.
Yeah,
That doesn't make any sense.
you're,
I don't care if Strowman is in a 8-man tag. That tag team should not lose.
yeah.
He should not lose until he's a champion.
I do like how Strowman threw Finn Balor back into the corner so he could get out and get the tag. That was kind of funny to have him just toss him halfway across the ring, jump out, tag, jump back in. He's just, I like him. I wish he wasn't as much as a face, you know.
When he threw Kevin Owens off that ladder,
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Kevin Owens fan. I like him a lot better than Sami Zayn. But again, some respect for Kevin Owens agreeing to do that spot.
He landed in a box, you know, like a pile of boxes with a black tarp on it.
I thought he landed on the table that they set up for Braun.
Was it?
I could be wrong, but I could.
Was it it was in the back, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was.
No,
just,
it wasn't. It was on the ladder, Money in the Bank. But
I must be thinking of something else.
Either way, that was like 20 feet in the air.
Yeah.
I
That's
thought,
a big ladders.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I like how he ran through that one and broke it in half. That was awesome. That had to be rigged to do that. Because those are aluminum, right?
Yeah.
You know, that probably would have knocked the other two guys holding the ladder down if it wasn't rigged to
Yeah.
bend. So, but it still looked good, you know. I try to look behind the curtain and see what's going on. And
I do that. I do that.
So, okay, let's dissect this. Let's see how
Or another
it's even
thing-
possible.
We forgot to talk about Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Is Carmella beating Asuka? Come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
That's dumb. Why? I thought.
And bring Captain Chin back.
Captain Chin. I thought he was back in the Indies.
That's what I thought.
Why'd they bring him back?
When he took off his mask, we're really getting that desperate that we got to bring back this era's version of Gilbert back to the back.
How do we keep Carmelo champ? Oh, I don't know. Oh, that was just dumb.
They built Asuka for 2 years as this undefeated
Yeah.
monster,
Yep.
and then 2 pay-per-views in a row, she loses.
She was losing to Carmella. Just doesn't make any sense.
No.
They just bring people up from NXT just to destroy
them. Yeah.
Destroy them.
That's why we have said since we started the show, need to get rid of Vince. Once Triple H is running the show, it's going to be a lot better, folks. I'm telling you.
I hope so, because
Watch NXT. Watch any NXT takeover for any pay-per-view.
oh, you want to talk some
destroy.
takeover?
They destroy.
I was kind of sad to see Nikki Cross lose. Man, I really like her. She's awesome. What else happened?
That Gargano versus
Ciampa.
Ciampa.
That was. That's how it's done.
Yeah, that's how a match is supposed to be.
That's how you
folks.
do it. Whoever planned that match, whoever called the spots on that, should be working for Raw. That was just beautiful.
Johnny Gargano is a younger Daniel Bryan.
Yep, I can see that.
He goes to the main roster, build him like Daniel Bryan.
He had a tough build though, like his early days with Nexus,
Yeah,
and then getting kicked out because he choked someone's tie, and then bringing him back in and back.
But the whole yes movement thing.
That's where you start his
Yeah.
build, yeah. So that'd be cool. Aleister Black can knock people down with his ghost kicks now. That was embarrassing. Missed him by a foot, and the guy takes a bump. You know, you've got to process that stuff. Okay, he did not connect. Let me fall into the rope, and then bounce back, and then maybe he comes back with a boot or something. That was embarrassing. I wonder if that guy still has a job.
Lars
Sullivan or something.
Sullivan.
Garbage.
But overall, I thought NXT was better than Money in the
It
Bank.
always is. Every takeover is better than the pay-per-views.
Ricochet versus Velveteen Dream.
Yeah.
Those two are going to be stars.
I hope they both are. I don't like the Velveteen Dream name.
He's got so much charisma, though.
Yep. He needs to do some repackaging because it's.
His personality, though, I think he kind of reminds me of The Rock.
Wow, that's actually a pretty accurate comparison. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens there. I haven't taken any notes yet. Breaking news. I think we're good there.
Yep.
All right, you want to start our top 10 list?
Top 10 managers this
Top
week.
10 managers. Let's see.
And I wrote a bunch down, and I had to get down to 10.
Yep.
So my number 10 manager,
Yeah.
I just liked her look. It was her.
You're starting with the
I'm a
female.
female.
All right.
I liked her look. She was kind of evil. My number 10 is woman.
Oh my God, I forgot about her. Is she a manager or a valet?
She was a manager.
She didn't really talk or do anything. She was just like,
Like ECW, she managed Sandman,
yeah.
and then she managed Benoit,
Yep.
and so I consider her a manager.
Okay. Do you consider Miss Elizabeth a manager?
See, Miss Elizabeth didn't really do anything. She, woman,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess woman did a little more than Elizabeth. Elizabeth, she barely spoke. I think she said "I do" to Savage. That's about it.
Exactly.
So okay, woman, cool. All right, my number 10. He only managed 2 guys, but like 2 of the best heels out there. You got Paul Bearer, right? It's freaky, scary, and he managed the Undertaker for almost day 1. So that's pretty cool. So what do you got for number 9?
My number 9 is a guy that was the best heel in the AWA for about 10 years, and I loved the AWA when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
My number 9 is Sheik Adnan Al-Kaisi.
Oh my God, you really went back on that one.
You remember
I remember him, yeah. Then you come to the WWE as
Yeah.
with
Slaughter?
with Slaughter.
Yeah.
He did some work with the Sheik too when
Yeah.
they had the Middle East thing. Cool. Wow. That one told your first 2 really. I thought for sure we're gonna have at least 8 of the same, but I'm thinking I was wrong. So my number 9 is Paul Ellering.
I had Paul Ellering.
You didn't even put him on your 10?
No, because
Wow.
he only really managed one. Other than Road Warriors, he didn't really manage anybody else.
But it's the Road Warriors.
I know. He was on my list and off my list, and he came back on and off a couple times.
I'm surprised that one didn't make your list. I thought for sure that would be there.
This was harder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. All right, you got 8?
My number 8 is another woman.
What?
My number 8 is Sensational Sherry.
Yeah, she was. I put her name down too. I was like, where do I put her? Yeah, she was awesome.
When she managed the Macho Man, she was.
She's another. I call them heat machines.
Yeah.
You've got she's like one of the best heel female wrestlers ever. One of the best female wrestlers.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's nice job. I like that one. I wrote her name down. I just couldn't fit her in my 10 because with my number 8, I went Freddie Blassie. I'm having I can't think who he managed right now. Dino Bravo.
He managed Sheik and Nikolai Volkov.
Yes. All right, you got number 7.
Number 7, for reasons that you mentioned earlier, Paul Bearer.
Oh. All right, there's 1. Cool. My number 7 is Captain Lou Albano.
I almost put him on there, but when I first started watching wrestling, he wasn't really managing. He was kind of making music videos.
Yeah, he was just bopping around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's when I first.
But I went by, like, for my list again, I went with not what they did, but I guess maybe just my favorites.
Yeah.
So, what do you got for number 6?
My number 6 he was this awesome heel manager, Mr. Fuji.
Oh, guess what that is? On the nuts. Nuts. Yeah, he was awesome. Another super heel.
Yeah.
Heat machine.
Yeah.
Always there. He was, I guess you could call him as a mouthpiece because he talked for.
The evil Mr. Fuji. That's
yeah.
what they always
Yeah.
build him as.
Yeah, I loved. He was awesome. Orient Express, Yokozuna. Yeah, he had some.
Demolition.
Yep. Cool. That's our first on the nuts. Good job. My number 6 is Mr. Fuji. All right, what do you got for 5?
My number 5 is kind of a Weasley type of guy. His name is Jimmy Hart.
Ooh, that was close. I've got him up here.
He was just everywhere he went. He was like
Loud and obnoxious.
Loud and obnoxious.
He had that megaphone. He was always screaming
Yeah.
at you. And yeah, he's just like a mosquito.
Yeah.
Just annoying. Another heat machine. I think most of the managers we're gonna have here are heels because a lot of the heels needed that extra.
Well, exactly. If you're a
put
face,
'em over.
you don't really need him.
You don't need it. Yeah, I can't even think of except for when Hogan was face.
Well,
he had Jimmy Hart.
The only
for a little bit.
one I think of is when Bam Bam Bigelow first came into the WWF and he chose Oliver Humperdinck.
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
yeah, that dude was. Yeah, that was freaky looking, that dude. My number 5 is J.J. Dillon. 4 Horsemen. Oh, just another.
He's on my list.
Is it good? Good. Yep. I just love heel managers.
Yeah.
Just always doing something dirty behind the referee's back, right? All right, you got 4?
My number 4, and he was my top 4. It was hard to put in order because they're like 1A through 1D. My number 4 was Bally Dangerously.
Ooh. All right.
I just thought he was awesome.
Yeah.
Smacking people over the head with phones, and
Yeah.
he had kind of that Wall Street. Remember the movie Wall Street? The movie.
Yeah.
He had kind of that Wall Street
Yeah.
attitude. I
Yeah.
kind of
he
liked
was
it.
shady and
Yeah.
just obnoxious. Again, he had that big brick telephone he'd carry around. My number 4 is Jim Cornette. One of the smartest guys in wrestling. Just even today, he's one of the smartest guys in wrestling. So yeah, you got number 3?
My number 3, for reasons you already said, is Jim Cornette.
That was another close one.
Like we've said, a few of these guys, he was just a heat machine.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever was a face manager.
No.
No. And I loved him when he was with the Midnight Express.
Yeah. All right, where are we at here?
I just did 3, so
My
you're
number 3 is Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart.
Yep. I love the Hart Foundation. And like we said already, just super annoying and obnoxious. Just bouncing and hopping around. And yeah, some of these guys, you just love to hate them. Like, number 2.
My number 2 is the manager for the absolute best faction ever. J.J. Dillon.
Awesome. There's another one.
He was an amazing heel manager.
Yeah. And he's got a cool name.
J.J. Dillon. Yeah, J.J. I got it.
You get it. My number 2, Paul Heyman, Bally Dangerously. Another amazing brain in wrestling. Just, starting his own company. And just even with Lesnar now, he doesn't do anything but talk. And the way he talks is so elegant and smart. He just sounds intelligent, and that's a big thing to be a good heel, is to also be smart, know what you're talking about. All right, who's your number 1?
My number 1 is the absolute best manager ever in wrestling.
Ever.
And if you don't have the same number, man, I will walk out Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I'm not surprised with that. I knew you were going that route.
When I wrote this list, I had Heenan number 1, and I got everybody else
Behind him.
2 through 10.
Yep. Yeah. Heenan, he managed so many superstars. And even in his early days, he wrestled, and I don't know if that helped him become a better manager because he knew the mechanics inside the ring, but just outside the ring, he was just amazing. You laugh at him, you get mad at him.
Yeah.
His character and persona is just the best.
When I think of Bobby Heenan, I think of when he came out with Andre on Piper's Pit. That was, everybody's like, what is Andre doing with Heenan?
And then there's Hogan.
Yeah.
And then Hogan's yelling at Andre, "What are you doing with this guy?
Yeah. So
what are you doing?"
If Andre would have came out by himself, it wouldn't have done anything.
You needed to sprinkle some spice on that match, and there's your heat machine.
Yeah.
You know, that's how you turn Andre the Giant into the biggest heel at the time.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do is add that one component. Bobby Heenan, he did that for everybody. Everybody he managed. Rick Rude. Oh, those were some good times.
Yeah.
Even Rick Rude's feud with the Warrior, he had Heenan dressed up as a weasel and had a match with the Warrior. Warrior put the costume on him, right? Is that what happened?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Remember that? I think it was
Warrior,
pink weasel outfit.
Yeah, the Warrior put the weasel outfit on him. I remember
pajamas. Yeah, that was cool. Oh, I'm so glad you went with Heenan. Good job. That was actually, let's see, I predicted 8. We got 1,
7.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's
7
not bad.
and 2 on the nuts.
2 on the nuts. Wow. Nuts. We're going to have that squirrel dancing all over the place this week. So I'm going to try to animate that guy so he can dance around the table. If I have time. I just don't have time to do that stuff. But it's fun, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. Do we have anything else to add for episode 6?
Not really.
That one went pretty well.
What's there going to be our top 10 next week?
Oh, what do you want to do?
Want to do factions?
Factions or women? Want to do top 10? What would you consider a faction? Like a 4 Horsemen, DX, NWO? Like 3 or more members?
3 or more members?
3 or more members. Okay, let's do
It doesn't matter to me if you want to do women.
Let's talk about it this week.
Okay.
And we'll surprise the fans.
Exactly. It's a surprise.
Surprise. We're going to keep you on your toes. That's what we do. So. All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
All right. Thanks.
I'm like Jack the Bell Camino. We got more the front. I need to say make a fuck. They got fucked up interpretation. You gotta buy the balls and we keep locking the doors. It's a red trap suicide. You got the fire.